We're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Sports on Forever Rugby on Forever Sports, rather. We are live. It is Lions versus the Western Province, round 2 of the Currie Cup. A winless Lions at the moment, who suffered a bonus point loss on Friday, are taking on a Western Province side coming off a bonus point victory, but against very much a second-string Bulls side. So they'll feel that they are still yet to be sort of fully tested. For the Lions, a couple of players who are back, but it wasn't a great performance on Friday night, and they'll definitely be wanting to make sure that they do a better job tonight. But I think that frustratingly, there's just so many players missing for the Lions that I think that it's going to be they're going to be up against it. For the Western Province, a couple of big players back, particularly at the back of the scrum. So yeah, I mean they're definitely the favourites. I think that's if we're going to be very honest, they're favourites tonight, and I think that the Lions, back at home where they are a lot better, just need to do a lot more basics right. Because I think that, with a young team who are, many of them in their first sort of Currie Cup campaign, some of them sort of in their second, but the biggest problem with a young team is consistency and being able to sort of string together performances on a regular basis. And, that's why we saw them going and beating the Bulls, the tournament's best team, and then like 2 weeks later just were completely outplayed. As well. So they didn't play in the final round of the Rainbow Cup because of the COVID outbreak, and quite a few players are still missing for them tonight. So if we look at the teams, and we'll start with the home side. Right, so starting at the back, unchanged there at fullback as EW for you, continues to start for the Lions. Dumbolingo and Rabs Maklana are the two wings. That was the same as the weekend. Manuel Russ and Dan Creel will continue their centre partnership. Fred Zalinger, somebody I haven't been particularly impressed with since coming to the Lions, will start at fly half. He's partnered with Dylan Smith. Frankie Horn will continue to captain the side. He's got Vincent Suka and Siwa Siso Sangweni next to him. A very, very good loose trio. That's kind of sort of the shining light for the Lions at the moment. Rand North Narkle is now partnered with Ruan Scrum. Willem Alberts has been ruled out for the rest of the Currie Cup, which is a massive blow to the side. Ruan Dreher comes to the starting lineup. Placement front rows. Ruan Strali and Manuel Tutuka will cover the rest of the scrum. Manuel Tutuka came on quite early on the weekend after Willem Alberts left with an injury. Morning van den Berg is back from injury. Aiden Cupido, who was very good on debut last weekend, is on the bench as well as Duncan Matthews, the former Bulls centre. For the Western Province, an interesting call right at the back as Tim Sweel starts today at full back after the injury to Sitle Injazula necessitated a change of position for Sergio Peterson, who starts on the wing. He is with got Seba Litsinatla on the other side. The two centres, Victor Torres and Dan Duplessis, continue to start at 12 and 13 there. Abner van Renen is partnered with Godwin Masimla this weekend, who comes in for Paul de Vet. I thought Masimla was very good when he came on last game, added quite a lot of speed to it. Jean Gister starts at the back of the scrum, which sees Evan Roos shift to the number 7 jersey. Marcel Tennyson comes in at number 6. The two locks continue to be David Mayhays and Ernst van Rijn, who will captain the side once again. The front row of Neetling Bashir, JJ Kotze, who scored 4 tries last weekend, and Ali Mark will continue. On the bench, Jason Alexander comes in. He replaces Sally Sunday at as the hooker replacement. Sally Sunday shifting back to covering tight head. They've also got Leon Lyons. They've gone with a 6-2 split of Justin Masson, Devet Maria, Johan de Toy, Paul Devet, and Cornell Smith. So a couple of big names there back for the Western Province, and a 6-2 split, also quite an interesting call. Kickoff was just underway in a couple of minutes. Let me know what your predictions are. Who are you backing? Who are you supporting? Where are you watching? Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm obviously backing the Lions. I'm going to hopefully go the Lions by 5. My heart says Lions. My head says probably Western Province. I just think that the Lions at the moment, if you look at their squad, are just lacking the quality. And it's not just so much, and it's not a case of saying I don't think these players are good enough. I just think that we've got so many young players who are still sort of finding their feet and need time to settle in. And the senior players aren't pulling their weight enough, and they're not enough senior players. Your Fred Zellingers, your Dylan Smiths, your Dan Creel, for you, and those sort of players need to really stand up and guide these youngsters in a very positive manner. You've got that loose trio. Sangweni is 20 years old. Shatuka, I think, is 23 or 22 years old. Frankie Horn's about 21. So, lots of young players in this Lions pack. Reynard North-Narkle, also a youngster. But we need that experienced players who start stepping up. Kickoff just a few seconds away. The Western Province were playing right to left in the first half. Another match at altitude for them. The whistle is gone. Tim Sweel with the number 15 jersey in the back will get us underway. He goes just before the 22, and it's a solid take by Frankie Horn, the captain, right off the bat. Ruben Schoeman, a bit of a wraparound to Dylan Smith. Fred Zeilinger goes straight to Rasmussen, who saw a bit of space. Decent run up for him. So the Lions are really not too keen to kick. Nice pod forming up there. Ruben Schoeman's back on the side. I was very impressed with him during the Rainbow Cup. So whilst it's a massive loss to Willem Albert's out, I think Ruben Schoeman is close to playing some of his best rugby. Dylan Smith now getting ready for the box kick. So an early tester probably for Tim Sweel. No, it's Adnan van Reenen underneath it. It's a good take from him. Steps away from one. Gets brought down by Manuel Rust. Nice take there. PJ Boerter was there nice and early trying to win that, but some good rugby means he's missed it. And a first run of the ball for the big Trokkie Jono Augustus. Playing the last sort of couple of games for Western Province, he will be moving to the Premiership later this year. Adnan van Reenen now deciding to chip over the top. It's a bit of a weird kick. And Fred Zeilinger gets a hand to it, and then he's got plenty of time to pump it downfield. And that's a much better kick from him. Finds touch by the sort of 10-meter line. It is taken quickly by Tim Sweel. And Adnan van Reenen now looking to run, but he runs straight into Fred Zeilinger and Dan Creel. So Western Province being paid back to their own half. And Masimla now looks stapling for the box kick. So we've already seen quite a few kicks in the early stages here. A good competition in the air where the Lions have managed to win it back via Reinhard Northenachel. And Ruben Schoeman, he will be one of the key carriers in the Lions side tonight. Fred Zeilinger is back in the pocket. He can't kick it out. He doesn't have the face safety of touch, so he goes towards the right-hand side. And van Reenen once again underneath there. And it's another sort of kick to the 22. Yeah, a bit of a weird kicking battle going on at the moment. EW for Yunel now joined the fray. Not looking for touch. It's going 22 from 22. And now Adnan van Reenen, he's got Snutler outside him. He runs straight into EW for Yun. Dan Creel is over there and over the ball. So the Western Province is pretty much back to where they began before the kicking battle. And Adnan van Reenen back in the pocket. Oh, it's Tim Sweel now. Goes for the torpedo. Whereas McClana is well placed, and he'll have a bit of a run here. There we go. Oh, inside, outside, Sergio Peterson, and he's down the side. He's going. Has he got supporting inside? He chips ahead. Ah, it's too much. It's too much. Ah, brilliant little run there by Ras McClana, completely finishing Sergio Peterson. But the chip over the top was way, way, way too hard. It's gone straight over the dead ball line. Very nice touch though from the Lions wing. Just quickly inside, outside, left Sergio Peterson for dead, as well as Dan du Plessis. Oh, they're calling it back. So they said he was in touch there, but that's a brilliant little run from Ras McClana, and a nice little bit of a warning to the Western Province that if you're going to kick, don't kick in his direction. Finally starting to see the best of Ras McClana. I mean, he was one of the top, I think he was the top try scorer in the Pro 14 for the Cheetahs before making his move, and it's taken a while for him to settle in. First line is solid from the Western Province, and Evan Roos carries it up. Quick ball here from Simler, Adnan van Reenen. Running through the hands here, Sanatla goes into full unit, it's well tackled. The ball goes free, and I think it's been knocked on. It has been knocked on for the Western Province, and then knocked on again for the Lions. We will have the first scrum of the day. And John Augustus with a new haircut. Not quite sure I'm backing it, but yeah, look, each to their own. So we'll have our first scrum of the day. Viva Grant Swart says, I'm relying on this stream for updates. I can't find a dodgy stream to watch the match. And Chris McGowan says, oh man, when govers go wrong, they're such a momentum killer. No, 100%. Right, so the tight 5 weights, 562 kgs for the Lions, 558 for the Western Province. Pack weights, 10 kg difference with the Western Province having 875 kgs to Lions, 865. First scrum of the day. This should be quite an interesting one. It's a Lions put in. It looks like a bit of an early shove. We will have a reset just for a nice change. Alifi Mark, very highly rated by John Dobson. Obviously, he's always struggled to get game time when you've got the likes of Stephen Kitsoff ahead of you. But we'll now have an extended campaign. One of the most, probably the most experienced player, I think, in the Western Province squad at the moment. And just putting his head out there. Oh, jeepers, John Augustus, this haircut is absolutely terrible. His hair's literally yellow. Not blonde, like yellow. Like it literally matches the yellow of the DHL. So not a good look for you, chap. Brindle player says, hey man, come on lines. I agree. Come on, Deliu. Right, looks like a much better scrum there. Big shot from Western Province is going sideways, but it is being used. Fred Zeilinger goes inside ball to Jumbo Lengo. It's a nice tackle on him by, I think it was Evan Roos. That was Marcel Tennyson. Now a chip over the top. Favorable bounce. Woo! Rouse McConnell was tearing onto it, but Siabera Sanatla there to kick it out. So it's a very nice net result for the Lions. They'll have a line out in the 22. Very nice run there by Jumbo Lengo. Inside ball there. It was well read by, I think, Marcel Tennyson. And Rouse McConnell was tearing after this. Sanatla not taking any chance and opting to just toe poke it out. So an early set piece in a nice attacking area for the Lions. Hopefully they can try and capitalize on this. Quite an interesting scrum there. It was it definitely seemed to be going. It was going towards the right. So, but both, it was difficult to sort of see which side had momentum. Right. So, throwing the ball into the line has been something that PJ Buerta and Morne Smith, when they've been playing, has been struggling with. It's a solid line-out win though. Trying to go for the maul. It's been brought down. There's an advantage. Sangweni goes over. First blood to the Lions. Thank you very much. The 22-year-old. He had a great game on Friday night. Peeled off the back of the maul. Rotating the tackle straight over. The Lions hit first within the 7 minutes. The perfect start. They had an advantage anyway. So, a nice way to start for Sangweni. The second college try. He's a nice player, this Sangweni. He's very young, and I said so when the Lions played the EP Elephants in back in the preparation series, and I didn't think they'd play particularly well. Oh, he dummied Sergio Peterson. Sergio Peterson's having a bit of a mare at the moment. But when he played against the EP Kings, and it wasn't a great performance from the Lions, I said that he was one of the few players who really stood up and was counted. So it's really nice to see him getting a chance. Turns 21 towards the end of the year. He gets the nice early try here. Quanda M says back in the Lions for the win. Fred Zeilinger right by the touchline. Looks like a decent kick actually. No, slides off to the right. So the score will remain there at 5-0. For a nice start from the Lions. Now you can see pushing too early was the call for the advantage. And he just pops out, styles the dummy, spins away from Sergio Peterson and just dives over. So Sergio Peterson's had not had a great start. As I said, he was beaten by Russ McClana, and then now it was way too easy for Sangweni there. That's a contestable kick from Tim Sweel. I think it's Frankie Horns once again underneath. It's another solid take. Second time he's gone behind the... Oh, he's burst through, has the captain. The second bit of a beast from Tara Weira from PJ Buerta. Going to the wide. Lions looking to run it a little bit more. Manuel Russ now deciding to straighten. Hasn't had a lot of opportunity as Manuel Russ. And a similar breaking the line early, so Smith's having to delay it. Ruben Schoeman once again will carry the ball up. Began says I went away for a second, thought West Province had a 22 line out, then try for Lions. No, so it was a scrum and then was kicked in behind. And Sanatla had to stab it out, and then off the line out, Rolling Moores with advantage, and Sangweni broke off. That's a very good kick chase there. Lions putting the ball up, and a nice chase from Russ McClana, who puts Abner Farina under a lot of pressure. Now Evan Ruiz will carry it up. Very nice intensity so far. If we can keep this up for the full 80, we're in for a very good watch. Ruan Michael LaRue says these Lions need Alton back. Yeah, definitely. Well, or at least Jordan Hendricks. I'm not a massive Fred Zeilinger fan, to be honest. Look, you can prove me wrong. He came off the bench to good effect during that Bulls win. And there it is, kicking in behind. He's turned Tim Sweel. That's bounced inside, unfortunately. So luckily, Tim Sweel, he was caught out of possession of it. And he then finds touch. So we start with a line out just in the 10-meter line by the Western Province. Yeah, it's been end-to-end stuff so far. Nice early intensity here. Lots of good big hits here. I think we're in for quite a nice little clash. The kick chasing has been very good for the Lions so far. So long may that continue. I think that's something that the Lions need to do. You know, when you play at altitude, inject the pace. You've got to run the Western Province down here. It's been a quick turnaround. The Lions had an extra day to prepare for this. You're at altitude. Make sure this Western Province side runs a lot in those first half. So that's 60 minutes. You know, when that little bit of difference fits in, you can really start capitalizing. We're Andre into the midfield off the line out. Fred Zeilinger, Manuel Rasnal steps inside, goes in between Dan WC and Evan Ursi is brought down. Schumann a little bit isolated. Benchy and support comes in, so it's available for Dylan Smith, who thought about going down the blind side, but goes to Fred Zeilinger. He chips over the top for Raz Maklana, who takes it. He's got Tutuka outside him. Vinci Tutuka! Sanatle's trying to pull him down. He does get pulled down. He goes up to Dylan Smith. Can he get a grounding? Just stay up this side. Has he got it down? It's been, it's time off. They're not sure. Brilliant little chip over the top. There we go, Fred Zeilinger. You proved me wrong, chap. You proved me wrong. A little chip over the top. Brilliantly taken by Ras McClana. Nice support play by Vinci Tutuka. Didn't have the pace to outrun Siabela Sanatla. I mean, who does? Sanatla brings him down. Managed to pop the ball away to Dylan Smith, but they're not sure if there was a grounding. But they're really, really enjoying this from the Lions. So the decision is no try, and he thinks there's a knock-on, so we're going to wait and see. Yeah, they also want to look to see if McClana was in front of the kicker. Should have buried the TMO today. He looks in line, he looks in line, he looks in line. Well, he's behind the ball, I reckon. So I think that's okay. Yeah, players on site, so that's not an issue. Now we have to check to see if there was grounding. Because Dylan Smith was well wrapped up and kept moving around. He loses the ball over the line. I think probably better to just try and take the contact and see if they could have recycled that ball. So he has lost the ball, so it will be a Western Province scrum on the 5-meter line. Pity from Dylan Smith. It would have been a perfect start if the Lions struck again there. But so far, Ras McClana everywhere at the moment. You can't keep him away. Tiamanbergs has really rated Vince to quality. I think that if his name had been read out in that box squad, I don't think there would have been a single person out there who wouldn't have backed that call. I think he's one of those players we've seen that will be a Bok one day. He's playing such nice rugby. He's become the Lions' most important player at, 22 years old. No, he's a fantastic player. Also really nice, what I like about him is the fact that he didn't come through sort of a mainstream rugby school. You know, Northcliffe High, not a bad school for rugby by any means, but not like your Monuments, your Grey Bloom, stuff like that. And we need more sort of stories about that. You can't just be getting a rugby career if you go to one of those sort of top 20 schools. So it's really nice to see somebody who, yeah, as I said, it came through a non-massive rugby school going on having this sort of impact. Was part of that SA Gold versus Springbok Gold versus Springbok Green game. And yeah, I think he's the most important player at this Lions side. I think, you know, him, Wandisia Similane, Frankie Horn, that's kind of the sort of the spine that this Lions side will have to work around. Nelson Gweeney's coming through as well. A couple of very good youngsters. We just need the experience to be able to you know, guide them in the right way. I mean, you've got players like in Bulls, you've got players like Dwayne Vermeulen, Gera Aplon, Marcel Katsia, and that's who your Ulrich Lowe is learning from, your Ruan Norkiers. That's a big scrum from the Western Province. A bit of a counter shove from the Lions is available though, so they've been told to use it. It's got a similar. Goes back to Tim Sweel, who finds touch. That'll go out at around the 22. So still a nice result from the Lions. We'll have a line out. Similar position to where they scored last time, but on the right-hand side of the field this time. So it's nice early pressure from the Lions. This is really good, but they've got to take their chances here. Ross, the only way Vincent Tuchel will be better is if he's wearing the blue and white hoops. Not a chance. You've got so many loose forwards. You don't need him. You've got Evan Ruiz. You've got Marcel Tennyson's a very good player. But now McClaba's back. I think he's brilliant. Right. Solid line-up winning there from is North Narchel that goes up. The Moors going. It's skew, but they're still going. Available now. The ball's been brought down legally so no advantage. Smith goes to Shtuka, puts his head down. Well wrapped up. This time Nathan Macbeth. He's been ripped in the tackle by João Augustus, so a turnover ball here for the Western Province. Steps inside and outside, eventually gets brought down. They've lost the safety of the 22 though, so can't kick up. Timsfield will pump the ball downfield though. Sabelos Natla is giving chase, but a lot of time does Ras Bakana. So it's Jumbo Lengo who's fielded it. Big Jumbo. Good tackle on Mayor Hazen, but he gets to the halfway line. Dennis Smith now going towards the right-hand side. Fred Zeilinger. Pass out wide. Vince Shtuka's down the flank. He's got Ali Vermaak next to him. He's still going. It's a great run from him. Oh, that's a very well. EW for Ewan. He's so slow, but does he have that? Can he do it? Ah, for Ewan. It's like he's running in slow motion. The line's still on the attack, though. They've got space out wide. McConnor. And he will canter over. The Lions hit that with their second. Thank you very much. Brilliant stuff there. Good line by EW for Ewan. Very well read by Dylan Smith, who put him in the gap. Second try in the 14th minute, but this is fantastic from Dylan Smith. After a really good run down the touchline by Vincent Tuka, Western Province players sort of sitting everywhere, player coming off out early, offside. So Dylan Smith delayed the pass. EW for Ewan found the gap, took it very well, didn't have any pace. EW for Ewan is not a particularly quick player, but did very well to just sort of hold it up. There was so much space out wide that the ball was passed out. I think it was by Zeilinger. It literally bounced. Rasmussen had the time to watch it bounce, pick it up, and still pretty much stroll over the Western Province team in tatters. Bring back the Lions to play against the Pumas. No bugger that. This is the line that we want to see. Wanda said Fred Zeilinger hasn't been too bad tonight. I told you, it's the Steve curse. It literally happened today. Again, where I said that the lineouts have been really good for the baby box, and literally seconds after I said that, they lost the lineout. Fred Zeilinger has now missed his second conversion, to be fair, but he is playing a lot better. But also, it looks like a whole different game plan. You know, often he's very sort of kicking orientated. Today he's, playing a couple of passes off, trying to keep the game alive. It's looking a lot better. And this is a bit like the Bulls game. When the Lions play to their strength, which is keeping the ball in hand, playing really, really aggressive rugby. Even when you kick, it's not necessarily just kicking for territory. It's, kicking it up, making contestable, kicking into gaps and stuff like that. They're a much better side. Deep restart, Jumbo Lenga underneath it. Solid take from him. Just outside the 22. EW for you now pumps it downfield. Right, Tim Surreal, what's he going to do? Looks like he's going to run it. He does. Run straight into PJ Buerta, who's wrapped him up. Western Province, it's a bit of a wayward pass. Vince Van Rijn will clean up the captain. Right, Western Province now on the front foot. Bringing Sinatla. He tries to get around Dan Creel, doesn't quite manage it. So they've lost a bit of momentum back at the halfway line of Western Province. Mayor Hazen now shows and goes. Abner van Reenen, who's been quite a quiet game so far. Oh, that was almost. Managed to break the tackle. He was onto the tackle, but couldn't. Oh, he's gone straight through the middle. Found a bit of space, so the Western Province have gone through. Evan Ruiz now. That's a good tackle by Vincent Tutuka. And it's holding. He's got a man over the ball. It didn't roll, so it's a penalty to the Western Province. Nice little play there from Abner van Reenen. I was quite critical of Abner van Reenen over the weekend because I thought that he had a very, very mediocre game against the Bulls. And, what I'd said in the preview before the game was that I thought that it was a perfect opportunity for him to get some confidence. He's very much a player of confidence. We've seen some very good performances from Abner van Reenen. We've also seen some very poor performances from him. So I thought that Saturday was going to be a nice opportunity for him to get that confidence up. But he didn't really take it. But hasn't been too bad tonight. Also, I think it will be quite nice for them having Tim Sweel, who can sort of fill in as a first receiver as well. I think we're going to see a mammoth battle between Chituka and Evan Ruiz there. Evan Ruiz trying to size him up. Chituka holding on nicely. Right, Western Province wins the lineup. They're inside the 22. First time they're going to try to get a rolling more. They've got a bit of momentum here. Now been repelled. I think the call's going to come to use it here. Seems to be splintering off. And they've left it behind. There was an advantage, I think. coming in the angle, I think it was. John Augustus knocking it on. Even start bad-mouthing Abner. Let's me see if your curse works. Oh, it's been horrendous. The last sort of week, it's happened about 4 or 5 times. Please do smash a like on the video. Let's see if we can get up to 10 likes before half time. Tim Sweel dabs it into touch on the 5 meter. It was Ruben van Schuben, who's the man judged to have come in from the side, I think it was. Yeah, you can see he's just sitting on a different postcode. Bulls shifting the point of contact. And Nuttler wrapped up by Fred Zalinger. A bit of a set move there from Western Province. Quick ball out. Tim Sweel now straightens. Comes on the inside. Eventually runs. Oh, he's still going. Right on the try line of the Western Province. The Simlic. That's a very big hit there on, I think it was Marcel Tennyson. Western Province right here. They've got space over here. Up against Rasmus Kleiner and Frankie Horn. Stops David Meerhuizen. If they go, oh, and they've knocked it on, I think. Has it been turned over? No, it's just knocked down. John Augustus versus Rasmus Kleiner. Renan North Knuckle comes into to help. Pick and go, but it's short. Western Province setting up a tent on the try line here. And they're over. It looked inevitable. Really good play there. Really good recycling there. I think it's John Augustus who eventually gets the try. Some decent defense by the Lions, but they were always sort of rushing and trying to sort of scramble to get that. And the nice pick up and a couple of pickups and goes from Western Province, and Augustus eventually goes over. It was some very good defense, but yeah, the pick up and go in the final. Yeah, I mean, it's Augustus versus Dylan Smith and EW for you. We all know he's going to win that battle. Augustus and his horrendous yellow hair goes over. Kisses the... a bit weird. Kisses the badge. Like, he's already signed a deal to leave. But kisses the badge and off he goes. To be fair, I think it's always in his intention to come back. I think the plan is to go to England for a few years and then come back to Western Province. That's what the press release said anyway. I'll be very surprised if it really does happen. Because I think when you start earning that money, you know, how much do you really like living in Cape Town? First conversion attempt for Tim Sweel. He's got the kicking duties for tonight. It looks good. Going straight through the middle. So, 3-point gap now in the 20th minute. Yeah, I mean, as I said, it was fantastic defense by the Lions, but eventually the forwards ran out, and Augustus spotted the mismatch. And I mean, what? He's probably got about 40 kgs on Dylan Smith. I said a very, very nice tempo. Oh, Jumbo Lengo getting up and competing for that. I think he did get a hand to it, so it was all of a sudden a perfect kickoff there. There's a knock-on, so we restart with a scrum. Grant was more like an extended loan deal for Trocky. He'll be back for Province. Yeah, I think in theory he'll be back, but I think theory and practice. Look, all I'm saying is that, you know, if he's going to be earning a lot of pounds and earning the good life, you know, how easy is that to give up in a couple of years' time? Look, if he does, fair play to him. But I mean, unfortunately, we've seen this before, especially at the Lions. You know, people go on sabbaticals in Japan. Next thing you know, they're gone. Kaka Smith was a bit like that. Malcolm Marks eventually left like that. I really need a new chair. I'm like falling over here. Right, so scrum down here. Scrums have been quite interesting. We haven't had a scrum penalty yet, but the Western Province have definitely seemed to have had the upper hand so far. They are much better from the Western Province. A huge... Oh, but it's a penalty to the Lions. I think probably they earn the right to turn. Alifa Marcus being penalised for scrumming in. It was a massive scrum by the Western Province. I thought for all money they were going to get the penalty. Look, I mean, when it comes to... Let's be honest. When it comes to... When it comes to scrums, we're all such at a loss of exactly what's going on. But the Lions being positive here, they kick towards the corner. They smell blood. They reckon they want to try to hit back in full force, which I think is not a bad idea. Big call. Big call. I've got no idea what's happening when it comes to the scrums. Right, so another opportunity here for the Lions. Can they hit back immediately? First things first, PJ Boyce needs to find his jumper. It'll probably be around North Knocker or Frankie Horn. Yep, it's Frankie Horn, wins it. And it's sacked immediately. I don't know if it was legal or not. It's available, no advantage though, so it's a good sack from the Western Province. Vincent Tuka carries it up. It looks like it's been ripped in the tackle, but no, yeah, the sack was illegal, so they'll go back for the penalty. Well ripped by John Augustus. That's the second time he's called that. Thierry Vandenberg, a ref picking up an illegal scrummaging. What a rarity. Yeah, I'm so at a loss when it comes to the scrum. Like, even my mate who is a referee says, a lot of it just comes to, you kind of see, look, he says there's certain things you look out for, but half the time you kind of make a call, and whatever your gut says, you kind of go with. Okay, once again, this one, Ruben Scrum, the balls are spilled over the top, though. And it's been churned over from Jordan Acosta, so it's a horrible, horrible line-out from Lions. But once again, another penalty there. Dylan Smith wants to take it quickly, but being told to relax, and I reckon they'll kick to the corner again. So I think the call was pushing before the man was down. Yeah, playing the supporting man early is the call. So that's the third penalty in a row, so it's a good idea to just keep going for it. Yeah, it's a fair call. And yeah, look, the West Bronx had to be careful. They've now conceded two penalties from the line out there. Ruben Scruman once again. No penalty advantage this time. It's peeled off. The ball should be available. It's been brought down right by the try line. No, he's not. He's gone over. PJ Buerta's gone over. Try number 3 for the Lions, and they are flying at the moment. If nothing else, they're one try away from getting the first points of the board in the Currie Cup so far this season. But it's PJ Buerta, the man who gets it, his first Carling Currie Cup try. Meanwhile, Kane Williamson's just tossed his wicket away. Oh, no, he hasn't. Busy watching the World Test Championship final here. Their hold, Ali Famak is desperately trying to go through. It splinters off to the left. And after that, eventually PJ Buerta comes free. Nobody can stop him. He goes over. 15 points to 7. Thank you very much. Very well worked from the Lions. Fred Zeilinger, can you please get one here? It's probably the easiest kick of the day so far. And that looks good. And he nails it. 17 points to 7. Lions open up a 10-point gap in the 26th minute. So, look, I'll tell you what. Both sides have made their opportunities count. When both sides have got into the 22, they've made those options, those chances count. So, good conversion rate. Now for the Lions, it's about making sure you continue playing in those areas. Lions were, oh my living. Guys, come on. Sibera Sanatla won the ball back completely off the kickoff. He wasn't even competing. He was kind of just standing there. Nobody sort of was there to take a catch. So Western Province immediately on the attack. And they've got an advantage. So it's an advantage here for the Western Province. Got a free roll of the dice as Dan Dubussy runs into that. No replacement. That looks like it's oh no, it's number 12. I thought it was number 22 there. Similar. Still got an advantage to the Western Province. Rix Pretorius, I think it's his first touch, gets wrapped up by Vincent Tuka and Sibosisa Zangweni. They've still got an advantage as Massimla. Marcel Tennyson runs in. He scored a very good try last time he was at Ayers Park. Now Bashir gets up into the 22. Still got advantage to Western Province. Van Rain. Good tackle on him, and they'll go back for the penalty. And that's just frustrating. It's a pet hate. When you score a try, you cannot afford to mess up the kickoff. All you've done now is you've opened up an advantage, put 10 points on, and you've allowed them to immediately come back into the side. The water boy is on, he's got a tee, and Western Province will be able to knock that 7 points that you just gained till 4 points. It's so frustrating, you know, and I mean, this kickoff is terrible. It's a very high kick. Everybody gets there. Everybody kind of just sort of looks and watches, and Sibela Sanatla has an uncontested catch inside the lines 22. It was PJ Boertu who scored 4 of the Lions. Other try scorers were Maklana and Sangweni, and the try scorer for Western Province was Joanna Augustus. So Tim Sweel will probably knock this over without too many issues. He does. Western Province hit back, and they reduced the lead for the Lions down to 7. Very frustrating for the Lions. It was just all you have to do is, from the kickoff, retain possession, kick it back down, get yourself out of trouble. Basics, basics, basics. You can't afford to just give them those 3 points like that. It's too easy. Right, kickoff now for the Lions. Fred Zeilinger will go down towards the right-hand side. Jambo Lengo contested pretty well last time, and he's there again. It's a good take from David Meyerhazen, though. Simner taking his time there, shaping up for the box kick. Yun up. It's a good take from him. Sanatla is there to wrap him up. The Lions players are back. Smith goes. They're running wide. Ras Baklana is there. Goes out to Sangweni. It's a nice take from him. That's not a great pass to Dan Creel. Goes to the boot. The grabber doesn't really work out, but Sangweni is there to clean up, but there was a knock on. It just seemed a bit one-dimensional there from the Lions. Dan Creel's grabber through came off a boot. Sangweni tried to sort of clean up for him, but knocked it on in the process. Almost half an hour played, and it's absolutely flown by. Really, really good intensity so far in the match. Really enjoyable, actually. And this is what we want to see in the Currie Cup. Nice, fast, all-action rugby. Grant Swart says, still not out of this game. Probably, yeah, definitely. It's very, very close, and it can go either way at the moment. I'd like to see the Lions try and score another try. If we can just wrap a bonus point try before the half is ended, at least we know we're getting something out of this game. Not have gotten a bonus point on Friday was huge. Looked like bit of an early shove there from the Lions. Looks like they've got a much better platform with the scrum. Under pressure are Western Province, and it's so to the side. Dylan Smith's gotten it. Turnover ball here. Dan Creel goes to Manuel Russ. He's got Maklana. Sorry, Jambo Lengo outside him. Very nice, but Jambo Lengo gets all the way to the 22. But it's Messi ball out, and Western Province have... that's a knock-on. Western Province just panicking there. Brilliant stuff from the Lions. Nice scrum there. Dylan Smith grabbing the ball after it popped out, and a nice run down the flank there by Jambo Lengo, with Western Province doing really well to disrupt the ruck. And as the ball came out, they kicked ahead, and then trying to kick ahead, kicked to Sibela Sanatla, who couldn't hang on to it. We'll resume with a scrum inside Western Province territory on the right-hand side. Looked like a much better scrum from the Lions. Right, it's a nice position for the Lions, just outside the 22, right on the right-hand side, so they've got the entire length of the field to play with, or the entire width of the field. Yeah, about to say a bit of early movement there. There's no stability with that scrum, so we'll have another reset here. Reset, reset, reset. Spending our entire life watching reset scrums. Not a fan at all. Yeah, so Jumbo Lingo is standing at inside center channel at the moment. So big that he will be used as a crash ball, I'm sure. And another reset. Oh, my living. It's so boring. Sort it out, ref. Sort it out. Nice solid scrum, yeah. It's 32 minutes. Clock. We're just losing time here. I hate reset scrums. Thankfully, they did put the clock off there, so we haven't lost too much time there, but it's very frustrating just watching resets. The 3 reset scrums already. Looks a little bit better. Looks like Western Province. Yeah, you see they're still shoving. Yeah, short time free kick for the Lions. Dylan Smith goes, and Dan Creel carries the ball up. But it's been lost in the tackle. Messier lost forward by Western Province, actually. So we'll have another scrum. I think it was ripped in the tackle here. Yeah, it was ripped by Godlem Simon, and then in trying to pick it up, he knocks it on himself. It's a shame that the Lions are more than 7 ahead. I wonder if those conversions will be telling at the end. I hope not. I hope not. That's why we got another score to another try. But yeah, it's just an amazing thing where you make your kicks, and suddenly 17-10 becomes 21-10. You know, and you can take a 21-10 advantage. You know, 11 points at halftime. That's quite a nice advantage to have. But if they can score here, it's a good time to score. Try and establish a bit of a lead here. That's the thing, especially with a young team. You know, you've got to have the confidence. You know, so if you walk into halftime with a lead, you know, you're going to be buzzing in that change, and you're going to be itching to come out there and make a point and do well. You know, it takes a lot of mental toughness to be able to come from behind, but it's a lot easier to defend a lead. Especially if you're playing well. You kind of just feed off each other's energy. Kind of what we saw with the Pumas on Friday night. You know, they just kept doing everything right. And the more they did things right, the more they kept doing things right. Like Benetton against Bulls. The big scrum. Frankie Horn goes. It's available to Dylan Smith. Good take by Jumbo Lengo. He cuts inside and runs into John Augustus. That's a fantastic tackle by him, driving him back about 5 or 6 meters. North Narkle now will try and get the Lions ahead over the gain line. Zeilinger sees a bit of a gap, almost gets his hands through. Rondre, a quick ball. Dan Creel now bounces off one. He's still going. He's trying to get held up by Rickers Pretorius. Eventually gets himself down. Now Ruben Schoeman carries it up. It's a solid carry from him. It goes to Zeilinger. Very, very good read by Godlem Assembly. He ran straight through there. There was an advantage, but it's a fantastic defensive read. They've gone quickly. Has Dylan Smith, who's run straight into Abner van Reenen. Lions inside the West Province 22. No scrum off, so Manuel Russ fills in. Lions just not too much of a plan at the moment. Just need a little bit of structure and direction here. Some counter-rucky there from the Western Province trying to disrupt things. Then Smith comes in. Ruben Schoeman carries it up. Allowing the Lions to just form a bit of structure. Frankie Horn. Oh, and the ball spilled up. That's like, how many times the ball? And it's a high tackle from PJ Buerta. They've taken it quickly. Has Godlem Assembly. He's away. He's away. He kicks ahead. Fred Zeilinger is back with him. Eventually managed to hold on. The support comes back from the Lions, but they've been played all the way back to their own 22. Eventually all their players start arriving, and Dylan Smith is there. Very nice awareness by Godlem Assembly. Tutuka now brushes off a couple of tackles. Gets past the gain line. And now Dylan Smith shaping up for the box kick. Renal places conversions are the only points that can be truly missed out on. If a penalty is missed, then the course of the game is completely different. Ball is touched. Everyone's on time. It's a good take from Sweel. Ball comes off. I think a Western Province player trying to get out to Tonight. If the ball went to hand, it would have been danger for the Lions. Tim van den Berg says Bristol versus Quinn showed how important missed conversions could be. Yeah, it's as I said, it's such a big part of the game. You know, I mean, it might sound like 2 points. It's the smallest amount of points you get from any sort of action, but it mounts up. You know, three converted tries, versus 3 unconverted tries, and you're missing out on 6 points there. Dylan Smith down with an ankle problem. He's perennially injured, so it's not surprising to see him down. Tell you what, though, I really, really like Morne Vandenberg. So, I mean, Dylan Smith started off quite well, but is a more than capable replacement for him. What do we reckon about this Jean Augustus haircut? Yay or nay? I'm going a firm nay. I don't know what color it's supposed to be. Well, good news is, just had the email confirmation. We will have the post-match press conferences, and so we'll be in there for tonight. So make sure you keep tuned and locked on the channel for the post-match reaction from the coaches. We've been really, really trying to get more of those, because I think it's very interesting to see what the coaches have to say after the games. Solid line-out win there from the Lions. Trying to go with the rolling more. PJ Boyd is controlling it at the back. They're getting about the halfway line. There we go. They're still going. They're still going. They're still going. PJ Boyd got a nice leg drive, so they're going up all the way to the Stormers 10-meter line. It's available. Fred Zellinger, not a lot of options on. It does go himself. Goes back inside. Dan Creel, now he puts in the afterburners, makes some few meters there. Inside ball there for Manuel Russ. They've got an advantage, so they can do whatever they want here. Zellinger decides to go himself. Nice, good energy here from the Lions. They still got Rayna North Knuckle. Drives it up. Another advantage there for not rolling away. For Yun. He chips it over the top. Ras McClana is tearing after. Ooh! He's made it interesting, has McClana. Thought it was one of those sort of, you're going to just kick it to the opposition to try and take the penalty, but McClana traced really well and almost made it interesting. Renal places, I haven't seen it yet, and Grant Swall's question Dobson, what's up with Troki's hair? Oh, it's horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. I'll try and see if I can get a photo of it and maybe put it up on the screen. It's not a good look though. I'm vetoing it. Tell you what, Ras McClana has been very, very good tonight. Okay, so the Lions are kicked towards the corner. They're going for all 3 points before the half time. My clock's off. You've got 2.5 minutes to play. I don't know what happened there. So we have a reset with the lineup here. So yeah, I mean, just over 2 minutes to play so far. Well, left to play in the first half. Lions in a perfect position. If they can score a try here, it will be big. Renal places any publicity, even crappy hairstyles, good publicity. Look, I agree with that. I mean, we've got the Zach Berger mullet, for example. You know, that definitely anything that raises your profile is a good thing. You know, I think that's why. Oh, we've got big maul on here. It's been brought down there. It's available. You can't dive over the top. I mean, come on, Evan Ruiz, that's stupid. It's an advantage. The horrendous pass out of the back there. So we'll go back for the penalty. I think this is a yellow card. Evan Ruiz. I mean, I don't know if there was an advantage or not, but yellow card. Get in the bin. Get in the bin. It's like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I mean, it's been brought down. I wasn't sure if it was brought down legally or not. But as Dylan Smith's about to use it, he literally just one dives over the top and tries to go for the ball. I have no idea what he was thinking. But he rightfully gives away the penalty, and he is in the bin. So now's the time that the Lions have to capitalize. Gotta make this count. That's just bizarre. I don't know what he thought. You know, when there's just things and you're like, what do you think was going to happen? Like, what was in your mind? How was it going to play out? Oh, almost done. It's a good line win there. Here comes the drive. Solid Moore, they're going. PJ Butcher's at the back. He sees a bit of gap. He's going. He's going. Has he got the ball down? I think he's short. Pick up and go. It's short again. It's available, though. It's available. Ruben Schoeman's ready. And he's over. Come on! Come on! Bonus point try to the Lions on the brink of halftime. Who is it? It's Ruben Schoeman. I've been saying he's playing well. He's deserved that. He's deserved that. Massive, massive moment for the Lions. Right on the brink of halftime. Red Zealand will be able to wind the clock down before his kick. He rides the contact, keeps going, and eventually goes over. Thanks to some support behind him from Sanguini. The kick to come, but at least a 12-point advantage to the home side at halftime. So really, really good stuff here from the Lions. Come, this is a big kick. This is a big kick. You could be sitting on, 26 points at the moment. 26 points to 10 is a very different scoreline. Yeah, that's much better. Much better from Red Zealand. Straight through the middle. 24 points to 10. Half-time. Lions leading the Western Province. A really, really nice half. But to be honest, it's just a really good game of rugby. Really good intensity. Got a nice pace about it. It looks really good, in fact. So I'm very happy with that as a Lions fan. I think that we're in for another good half. Interestingly enough, I think Lions were 3.7 odds-on favourites to win the match, as opposed to 1.2 for the Western Province. So that kind of shows you how much of a surprise the scoreline is. As Real Michael says, should have been 28. They weren't. I mean, I don't think they were massively hard kick. At least they were 26 points to 10. But I'll take 24 points to 10. Nice 14-point lead. I'll take a very short break. When we come back, we'll do a bit of a stats crunch. I want to try and see if I can get a photo of John Augustus's hair, which is not doing it for me, to be honest. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the game. Please, as I said, smash a like on the video right now. We're sitting on 3 likes with 30 people. Let's try and get up to at least 10 likes before the second half begins. Subscribe to the channel as well. We've just hit 1751. The next one is 1800, and then we can push for 2,000 subscribers. And I'll see you guys in a few minutes. We're back. We're back. Well, I'm back anyway. I hope you're all back. Please do smash a like. I think on 6 likes, people. Let's try and get this back up to sort of like 10. Real Michael Lucius has been very impressive so far. Big improvement. Massive improvement. Chalk and cheese, really. Heracles says very happy with the Lions' improvement from Friday. It's been, as I said, looks like a whole different blooming team. If we look at the stats from the first top, bit of a stat attack. The Lions 58% possession compared to 42 for the Western Province. 57% territory as well. Tries, 4 tries to 1, 2 conversions to 1. I think that's probably the most frustrating thing. Is I think, you add those 2 conversions and 28 points to 10. That's quite a big difference. Meters run, 280 meters run by the Lions compared to 124. They have been full of running, beating 12 defenders to 8. 7 clean breaks to 1. 44 gain line carries to 30. A lot more passes, 3 offloads to 2. Turnovers 1, 3 by the Western Province, none from the Lions. So do you need to sort of work on the breakdown a little bit? That's the result of not having MJ Pulsar. He's a very good at the breakdown. Picks from hand 18 to 14. Defense 49 tackles made by the Lions and 8 missed. 67 tackles made by Western Province and 12 missed apparently. So an 84% tackle success rate for the Lions, 82 for Province. 100% success rate. The Lions have been operating at 100% scrum and line success rate. The Western Province have been operating at 100% line success, but only a 50% scrum success. Penalties, the Lions have conceded 7, 4 in their own half, 3 in the opposition half, and the Western Province have conceded 8 penalties, all inside their own half. So I suppose if you're going to give away penalties, that's where you do it. But as a result, Ivan Ruiz is in the bin with a yellow card. Ron Swart says, this game has given me an excuse to make it Whiskey Wednesday. Yeah, why not? Why not? If not, why not? We look at some of the performances. Who do I want to look at? I want to look at Ras Maklana. He's been very impressive. That's Jumbo Lenga. 3 clean breaks from him. 2 defenders beaten. A tried. 100% tackle success rate. He's only had to make 1. But 30 meters run. 3 clean breaks. 2 defenders beaten. That's very, very tidy from him. Jumbo Lenga was actually also pretty good. He's run 19 meters. 1 defender beaten. 1 clean break. For Western Province, Gollum Simler's actually been quite industrious. I mean, he's got 22 meters run, 1 defender's beaten, 1 clean break, 1 offload. John Achista's been full of running. He's made 5 carries, 6 tackles, hasn't missed a tackle either. For the Lions, Ruben Skuman's made 6 carries so far. Vincent Tuka's been very good. He's made 7 carries, made 6 tackles, hasn't missed a tackle yet. 1 offload, 2 defenders beaten, and a clean break. 58 meters run from him. So very, very solid from the Lions so far. Hopefully they can continue with this because it's like a whole different team that we're seeing tonight compared to what we saw on Friday. Long may that continue. Long may that continue. Right, come. 14-point lead. This has to be enough. It has to be enough. Okay, Stormers fan says, what happened to the days of West Province domination? Sad buzz. It must frustrate you as a Western Province fan because you've got all the players. And lots of them backed Dom Dobson, which is really good to see. A lot of people saying that maybe he might not have the support staff to really be backing him up, which I think is an interesting point. Let me get my time, my clock going. Good chase from Jumbo Lenga. The Lions have forced the knock on early. That's a nice start. Very, very nice start. It's important to start well in these sort of situations. You know, you go into the shed, you were dominating, you were doing quite well. It's very important that you get a nice solid start to it. Jumbo Lenga getting over there. Sorry, it's Vincent Tutuka who actually made it. Ruandrea just couldn't hold on. So we'll have another scrum to start things off for us. Yeah, let me know what your final score predictions are. 24 points to 10. Hopefully the Lions can hold on to this. If they don't, I'll lose it. No 8th man at the moment, so Jean Christus packing down at the side of the scrum, so this should be quite a nice opportunity for the Lions to try and get some front foot ball. Guess what, everybody? You guessed it. You guessed it. A bloody reset. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. The benches should be quite interesting, I think, because, I mean, like, for the Lions, you're not really bringing players on who's going to seal off a game. I mean, Aiden Kubito and Morley van den Berg, your two sort of halfback replacements, they're very much live wire players, really attacking natured. So I think the Lions probably won't look to take the foot off the gas. I don't think they've got the players to do that. You know, they don't really have players to sort of see out a game. They're bringing a lot of exciting players on. Looks like a very solid hit from the Lions. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. When you're outnumbered, that's the kind of scrum you come to expect. Frankie Horn's going himself. Outside Snutley, wraps his arms around his legs, brings him down there into the 22 of the Lions. Good hit there on Ruben Schoeman from his opposite number, Ernst van Rijn. It's not a great ball from trip over the top from Zeilinger. Dan Creel can't pick it up. He knocks it on. We'll go back for the penalty advantage. Nice little dab over the top from Fred Zeilinger, and just ball just not sitting up for Dan Creel. But that scrum, that is what a one-man advantage gives you. Evan Roos will be sitting in the bench thinking I'm the reason that scrum was like that. Huge domination from the home side. Frankie Horn was nice and alert there. As soon as he saw the gap, picked up and went by himself. Yeah, the scrum just turned over there and he saw it. But a very nice tackle from Siabela Sanatla. Now, to be honest, if I'm Frankie Horn, I'm running at Sanatla. Like, you're not going to outrun him. You're not going to put the pace on him. You are about 30, 40 kgs heavier than him. If I'm running around him, it allows Sanatla just to sort of wrap his arms around the legs, take out the legs. If you're running straight into him, it's a much harder tackle to make. So if I was Frankie Horn, I would have backed myself. Put my head down and gone for it. Going to the back of the line out. It's a solid win from Frankie Horn. Lions captain leading from the front at the moment. It's available for PJ Buerta. And there he goes himself. Brushed off one tackle. John Augustus misses chance. Vincent goes himself. He gets wrapped up by Ali Vermaak and Sanatla. The ball's available for the Lions though. Nice couple of pick up and goes here. One. There we go. On Ruben Schoeman. Another pick up and go. They are making half a meter at a time. There is progress. There is progress. Now it's Vincent Tuka. That's a nice hit from him. PJ Buerta now with Sangweni. He's got a second of the day. There it is. The Lions just 4 minutes in. They're going over again. PJ Buerta, the man who will celebrate 29 points to 10. The Lions are turning it up at Ellis Park. PJ Buerta, he gets his second of the night. Couple of very good pick and goes. Vincent Tuka with a very nice one there. And off the back, PJ Buerta, very nice strong leg drive from him. Once again, Sibusiso Sangweni was there. It was those two versus Marcel Tennyson. Very tough to beat. Did very well to shield the ball and kind of just sort of rotate around it. So interestingly, Grant Swartz was saying that the new rule now would mean that this would be an automatic 7-pointer. If you score under the poles now, you automatically get a 7-point try, which I think is a fantastic investment. I mean, it was 45 seconds that conversion just took. Add that 45 seconds back into the clock, and that's what we're going to get there. So I think that's a really, really good piece of innovation. Very nice try there. Sangweni, I'll tell you what, he scored one. He's been on the back of helping people over for two. It's easy to support the Lions when you're going to play like this, but the problem is, I know that this is going to be one of those cases where in a week's time we'll probably be back in all sorts. It's very interesting to see the team that the Lions will put out against the Lions. Lots of players not playing tonight, which will hopefully be available. The likes of NJ Palse, Jaco Creel, Burger Oendal, Courtney Skusan, Yanni Duplessis. A lot of those players ready to come back. But yeah, extra 2 points, so a nice 21-point lead, and surely this has to be enough here. Now but also don't take your foot off the gas. Solid take by Olengo there. Good kick chase from Sanatla. Grant Swat says there's not enough whiskey in the world to help me get through this game. And Huntley say the Lions are improved from last week. So proud of my boys. Yeah, it's just, as I said, when they play like this, it's so easy to really enjoy this union because you've got a bunch of youngsters who are throwing the ball around, playing with confidence. But then you have games like Friday where they just look like they're in all sorts. So, yeah, good clearance there. Though that's a much better kickoff receivement there. Receive the ball, set up a phase, work an angle for Dylan Smith, box kick up to the 10 meters. You know, much better. The Seat who says Stormers fan too sad. So 2 more minutes left with the yellow card for Evan Roos. So for the Lions, they want to make that extra number count. They're running out of time to do that, but I think they already have, to be honest. I think that, scoring before half time, they're scoring there now. So it's messy now, a win from Western Province, but it is a win. Abner van Reuning gets caught on the ball. So the Western Province have been paid back into their own half. That's a very good run by Marcel Tennyson. Hit it with pace, couple of nice step inside. Oh, that looks like a forward pass to John Augustus, who's through. Makes a few meters, eventually gets brought down. Quick ball from a similar. They're looking to guard wide. Tim Swiel decides to go himself, runs straight into Vincent Tuka. You don't want to do that. A similar. Abner van Reuning decided to change the sides, and he runs straight into Ruan Dreyer and Vincent Tuka. The similar now goes towards the left. They've got some players out wide. Dan Duplessis delays the pass. He gets wrapped up by Frankie Horn. Lawrence Smith says Lions 34-10. I hope not. That'll be only 3 more points in the rest of the half. I would like to see more points. Tim Swiel showing going. Running into Vincent Tuka, who's absolutely everywhere at the moment. He's made 3 tackles in the last 90 seconds. Ernst van Rijn, very stationary. Emmanuel Russ makes a nice hit on him. All a bit flat-footed at the moment for the Western Province. Oh, it's an intercept. Russ McCliner. He's away. You're not going to catch him, mate. You're not going to catch him. Russ McCliner, brilliant stuff there. He will run in the Lions. 6th try of the match. Runs to the substitutes, and there we go. Game set and has to be matched. 36 points to 10. Disaster for the Western Province. 3 tries since Evan Roos went off. That was an area Lawrence Smith. Lions 37, West Province 24. Well, to be honest, even that score can't happen anymore because the Lions can't score 37 points. You read it like an open book. He's deserved that. Russ McCliner has been absolutely tireless tonight. He's worked hard. He's run hard. He's been invented. He read that perfectly. You're never going to catch him. Well, Evan Roos will not be happy at the moment. They're literally, if you can see, the 3 tries since his yellow card. Brett Zalinger now. As the extras, 38 points to 10. The Lions are running riot at home. They're a different side at home, to be fair. They always play well at Fortress Ellis. Yeah, it's a great read. It's a great read. A little bit predictable there, but it's a very good read from the winger. Even the Lions looking like a different team this week. Colour me impressed. Yeah, it's amazing how quickly. As I said, it's just and it's not like there are that many different players. I mean, it's Willem Alberts has come out, and who else is starting? It's Willem Alberts and Ruan Dreyer who's come in. Well, Willem Alberts has gone out. Karisari's gone off to the bench, and Ruan Dreyer's come in, as has Ruben Schoeman. So it's not like it's a different team, but it's just a whole different performance. Evan Roos is back on. He's got work to do to try and atone for his mistakes because Lions definitely capitalized on that extra man advantage. It's another solid kickoff win here. Dylan Smith looking for the box kick here. He goes up. That's not a great box kick. Will be very contestable. It bounces. EW Fulion's there. Oh, he tries to grab with one hand, knocks it forward. So we'll restart with a... No, it's been ripped in the tackle. So Western Province do have it. Dan Creel there with a nice right. Tim Swiel now dabbing it in behind. We're going to go back for the knock on there. Francois says, based on the Province performance from the weekend, this should not be a surprise. Yeah, well, I think that's kind of the problem. I think that there was a bonus point victory, but they weren't really extended. They weren't really tested. So it's difficult to know exactly where you are as a team when you play against a side like that. So, look, today it's been a rude awakening, and Godlem is similar off. Paul de Vet's on. And the toy is also on as well. I don't know who it's for. Could be for Evan Roos. Might be getting a slap on the wrist. No, it looks like it's Augustus. Yeah, Augustus has made way. Johan de Toy is on the field. So Augustus and his sort of yellowy hair has departed. Paul de Vet's come on and forgotten him a similar. It's a bit of a harsh call. I mean, I much prefer Gardner Simler as a player. Look, I'm not going to complain as a Lions fan. Wasn't his best game, to be fair. Simler, I think, was sort of struggling to really stamp his authority on the game. But he's a nice scrum off to watch. Short-time penalty here for the Western Province. They've taken it quickly. Rick Pretorius gets an opportunity to run with the ball. So Peterson's around him. He's got his arms free. Chicken pass. Abner van Reenen. Brilliantly handled there. Looked like for all money he was going to knock it on, but it's a fantastic piece of handling. And the Western Province have won a penalty inside the 22. Paul de Vet thinking of taking it quickly. And they're saying, no, just calm it down, calm it down. Manuel Russ, the man who's penalised. Tim Sriel kicks to the corner. Right. Big moment here for Western Province. They've got 28 points advantage to try and claw back. First things first, win the line. It goes to David Mason at the back. It looks like it's been sacked. There was an advantage there, so they've got a free roll of the dice here. Paul de Vet goes to Abner van Reenen, who spills it forward. No, apparently it was back, but then Sergio Peterson spills it forward. So we'll go back for the advantage there. Playing in the air was the call. They take it quickly. Goes to Dan du Plessis, who runs into Ras Bakwana. Brought down here. I'm not sure taking quickly was the right option. Leslie Bashir now. Carly Sadi straight. No, it's not Carly Sadi. Ruan Dre straight over, but he has conceded a penalty. No ways does Ruan Dre concede penalties. That's not like him at all. Bloody penalty merchant. Brendan Skittle says, go Lions. Back-to-back penalties. Yes, the Lions have to be a bit careful. There's one thing they don't want to do is give away too many penalties and get a man in the bin. I mean, if the Western Province can do what the Lions did with a man in the bin, then suddenly it could be game on. Tim Swiel kicks to the corner again. They'll slow it down and go for another line out. A couple of players just over eager there. Go to the front. It's a much better set more. I think this is going to be try time here. They've gone off to the left though. It's fallen down. There's no advantage. Ruben Schoolman, he literally said no. He literally told you. He looked at you in your face and he said no. And you still could not resist just grabbing it. You idiot. We had sacked it. You had defended it well. The referee said no. You turned around. You looked at him. He said no again. And you still decided to stand up with the ball. Why? Why? Time is off. Ali from Marcus down and receiving some treatment. Yeah, one more penalty, and I think we're going to lose a man to the bin, yeah. Again, same like Evan Lewis. You just don't do it. PJ Butter went for it. He was told to leave it, so he left it. So Ruben Schoolman goes over. He says leave it, and he decides, no. It doesn't matter if I'm going to, it doesn't matter if you tell me to leave it. If I stand up here, surely you'll just change your mind. Stupid. Anyway, line out number 3 for Western Province. Lions compete. And they set up a more here to the Western Province. It looks a bit messy. I don't know what's going on there. I think that Ruan Dre has come through the middle. So I think they've defended that very, very well. They just can't afford discipline. I mean, to be honest, conceding a try wouldn't be the worst thing if it just avoids us getting another penalty, giving away another penalty in the danger zone. Turnover made. The calls come. The Lions have turned it over. They've taken it back and dotted it down, though, as Dylan Smith. So it'll be a scrum. Lions almost doing very well to turn it around. Almost brilliantly. I think it was Nathan Macbeth that gets over. Makes a very good turnover. And Dylan Smith, was trying to shave with a pass, loses it, so decides to dot it down. So we'll go back for a scrum for the Western Province. The Lions, they've got to get out of here without a yellow card. That's the important thing here. Quite a few penalties creeping up in the danger zone, and if they keep it up, they will lose a man to the bin, and that can be quite a big moment. As I said, a try is not actually the worst result. You know, if you can just get away without conceding a yellow card. Ross has 4 penalty tries, and we're back in this. Solid hit there for the Lions. And it's a reset just as well, because Nathan McBeth had a knee on the ground. Time off. We're going to have a chat now with all the front rowers. I think we're going to move spots a bit as well. Nathan McBeth, very highly rated in the Lions camp. I haven't been too impressed by him yet. You know, hasn't had a lot of opportunity to impress, to be fair to him. But as I said, haven't been madly impressed by him. So looks like 2 props coming on. I think Western Province shaping up to bring on Sunday. The St Andrews boy, and it looks like Carly Sadi will be coming on for the Lions. That's a very nice player to be able to bring up. And a penalty to the Western Province. Lions decided to stand up there. Andrea wasn't happy. They're going to go to the corner. Yeah, I think this is yellow card waiting to happen, unfortunately. Yeah, lots of discipline needed for the Lions. Sunday is on for the Lions, and as is Carly Sadi, who relieves Andrea. Probably a good thing. Andrea was tiptoeing on the line. Wasn't a bad line out for Andrea. Actually scrubbed pretty well. This is the longest run out that Sunday I think has ever had. And oh, there we go. They've stolen it at the Lions. No, man. No ways have you guys done this. JJ Kotz has literally just pretty much scored a try. It looks like the Lions turned it over. Okay, this decision is no try, because it looked like the Lions had won the line out, but nobody jumped onto the ball, and the ball kind of ran in behind the try line. JJ Kotz sort of went and said, "Thank you very much, I'll take that." The on-field decision is no try, though. I think they say there are 2 people that tried to ground it, so they're not sure who was who, yeah. So Frankie Horn goes up in the back and wins it. Nathan McBeth and Carly Sadi then both fumble it. And Sadi goes down to dot it down. Does he get there ahead of JJ Kotz? Oh, that's... I reckon that's inconclusive. Okay, so it's not knocked on as the information. So now it literally comes down to the grounding. Who grounds it first? It's Carly Sadi who kind of takes the ball away from Nathan McBeth. Now, who grounds this first? Look, there's no doubt that JJ Kotze has more control of it, but does Carly Sadi get a hand in there in front? His hands there in front, his hands there in front, his hands there in front, and literally as he's grounding it, JJ Kotze's hands come in there. Yeah, so no try. No try is the decision. They said there was inconclusive who grounded it first, which is fair. So therefore you can't award a try because there has to be conclusive evidence that try has been scored. So it'll restart. It has been taken back though by the Lions. So it'll restart with a 5-meter scrum. So the Lions still under the cosh here. Can't get themselves out of this position. Jakob Asaki is on. With a bit of a haircut, no tape, no moustache. Looks quite... And Morne van den Berg's on the field as well. I like Morne van den Berg. Very, very much a live wire scrum half. Very exciting talent. The 2 new front rakers on for the Lions, as well as a new scrum half. No replacements in the second or third rows, though. Sunday will have a scrum here up against Nathan Macbeth. Big scrum here for the young tight end for the Western Province. Ooh, that's a big scrum from the Lions. Evan Lewis has to use it. He does. And Venture Tuka is there to stop him. Ooh, is that Morley van den Berg? Almost standing on the ground there, but eventually does get moved. Sunday now gets driven back by Ruben Skuman. That's a very nice carry there. I think it was Ulster. Ernst van Rijn. Evan Lewis with a good carry there. Wrapped up by Carly Sardi. Adam van Rijn cuts inside. He's still going. Once again, eventually brought down by Red. Oh, he's still going, actually. Still going. North Knuckle eventually rolling away. Evan Lewis trying to keep him in place and claim not rolling. They go wide. Rick Pretorius gets out wide. Turtle Peterson up against Ras Baklana, who's ripped into the tackle and it's gone out. Very nice defense there from the Lions. I think there's an advantage for the Western Province. This is good defense. I mean, the Western Province have been here for minutes. Oh, they've gone and taken it quickly as Abner van Renen. He hit it backwards. And is there a player over there? Sibusiso Sangweni take a bow. Brilliant defense from the Lions. They've been under the cosh for the last about 7-8 minutes. It was taken quickly. Johan Toy was completely isolated, and Sibusiso Sangweni gets over, wins the turnover for the Lions, wins a penalty, and at long last, they will somehow manage to kick their way out of trouble. No yellow card, no issue, no points conceded. Brilliant stuff from the Lions. Brendan Skidder says, great commentary, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, Abner van Renen going himself, running straight into, I think it was Carly Sardi and Reynard Northnachel. I mean, mate, you've seen the size difference between you. And Sangweni was right there, straight over the ball. Yeah, it was weird to take that ball. I mean, for Abner van Renen, of all people, to take it quickly. Jason Alexander's on the field for JJ Kotzer. No 4 tries for JJ Kotzer. A messy win for the Lions, but Morley van den Berg eventually does win it. Jakob Asaki now at scrum half. Zeilinger goes to Carlo Sardi, his first carry of the match from the big tight head. Van den Berg goes to Fred Zeilinger. He puts it up in the air. It's a very contestable kick. You've got Jumbo Alengo, Dan Creel, and Ivo Viljoen all chasing down to Tim Sweel. It's a big hit on him from Manuel Russ. Line side now for the Lions. Jason Alexander, it's a big hit from him, but he keeps going. Gets past the halfway line. Quick ball for Paul de Vet. This time Johan de Toy, wrapped up by Ruben Skuman. And it's been turnover from the Lions. Morley van den Berg. Eventually gets brought down. Jumbo Lengo there at scrum half. Red Zayla got nothing on, so a left-footed cross kick. Looks like it's well read by Tim Sweel, but Ras Baklana is chasing after him. Sangweni comes in as well. Little piece, it's very well done. Rick Pretorius there to clean up as well. Lots of pressure on them from Dan Creel, though. How's that not holding on? Evan Lewis, inside ball, well read there by Jason Alexander, who's still going. You're not going to get away from Vincent Tuka, though, who does bring him down eventually. Oh, that's a missed tackle by Tuka. First one of the game, but it's been knocked on by Moss Tillison, and it will be a scrum for the Lions. A nice patch to play from the Western Province. Just couldn't hold on to it, but very, very good forward ball there. Taking the ball, taking the ball with a bit of momentum behind them. Much better from the Western Province, though. You know, I mean, I think at times they've just sort of been guilty of being a bit flat-footed, but now look like continuity is a lot better. It's a big tackle by Manuel Russ on the vet, on the pop from Marcel Tennyson. So very nice awareness from the outside centre. He had a very nice breakout season, did Manuel Russ. You know, it was very good when he got the opportunity, and hasn't had much opportunity since. Look, I mean, you can understand it. You got one to see a Similani ahead of you. What are you supposed to do? But I mean, he's 23 years old, very, very young in his career, despite the greyness of his hair. Very nice player, though. And looked a lot better tonight with a bit of time there. But Imton is now on for Macbeth. It's a whole new front row for the Lions. Not a bad run up there for Nathan Macbeth. As I said, he's very highly rated. You've got Yanni Duplessis out there on the bench there. Not playing tonight, but looks like he will be available for the British and Irish Lions. As same with Asanate and Klabakanya. Right, so Western Province have lost 2 scrum. Time off here for another reset scrum. What would life be without reset scrums besides infinitely better? Alright, so after the reset scrum, we're going again. Frankie Horn comes on the back of the scrum. Nice scrum there from the Lions. Vincent Tuka this time. Trying to throw off Ivan Rus. Carly Sardi now. Right, Walter Fedalen gets a quick liner from the Western Province. So Money Rush throws a big pass out wide. And his penalty, I think, was offside. Sean B, did the Lions only lose 1 player to the box? Well, technically yes, but no. So it was just one to see the Similani who went there. But obviously Alton Yankees is also still contracted at the Lions. So it would have been 2 if Alton was back here. He was playing overseas at Powell as a medical joker, but he is still technically contracted to the Lions. So it's 2 with Alton Yankees or just the 1 if you go with want to see the Similani. So in theory, you'd think as a result of that, they should be favourites for for the Currie Cup. But look, if they play like tonight, they could be. But I think that they've still got a lot of inexperience in this side, and a lot of things that they need to try and sort out if they are to be contenders. Right, so the Lions have kicked their way into the 22 here. They've gone towards the back, and Dan Creel is there and runs onto it. That worked out very nicely. I'm not sure that was the plan. Quick break from Vandenberg, and Ruben Schoeman now takes it up. Vandenberg goes himself, sees a half gap, gets wrapped up by a couple of players. Now Ruben Schoeman there. He's got Vincent Tuka next to him for a pick up and drive. He's still going. Very nice from the lock there. Lions about 5 meters out. Vincent Tuka this time. He's worked hard today, has Vincent Tuka. Pick up and drive there again. They're within 5 meters. They're just a couple meters short. Look like a pick up and drive now around North Narkle. He's got Quadasari next to him as well. Now Vincent Tuka. He goes. But solid defense so far from the Western Province. Come on, use the back line. Don't be afraid. There we go. Morne Vandenberg prepping to get the back line involved. It goes to Dan Creel, who runs as a crash ball. He's got Yakovasaki next to him. Quick ball here from Morne Vandenberg to Fred Zelinger, who goes inside, goes himself. Vincent Tuka now. I don't think we're supposed to go to him, but he'll carry it up anyway. Now Carly Sardi. Looked like a little bit of a grass cutter. Yeah, there is an advantage there. Yeah, grass cutter tackle on Carly Sardi. I think it's Rickers Pretorius. Not a great tackle at all. Just kind of put his head down, shoulder, and they really should win the Currie Cup. I think they should compete. But look, I mean, I think Cheetahs also. We haven't seen the Cheetahs play yet, but in theory, the Cheetahs have got a very strong squad, and they've only lost 2 players, in Roscoe Speckman and Frans Steyn. But, I mean, Bulls have only lost 4 players, so they'll have the bulk of their squad. So I think you've got to look at Bulls as favourites. Well, the Lions have got an interesting Currie Cup, though, because this was the last game they will play until the 10th of July. So they're after this, they go into quarantine ahead of the British and Irish Lions game. They've got quite a big break. They won't play this weekend nor next weekend in the Currie Cup. And that's gone straight over the top to Sunday. Oh, he runs over Morne van den Berg. Not a good throw there from Jakob Asaki. Now Western Province trying to run it out from their own 22. They're going out wide. Sergio Peterson, who cuts inside. Down to Toy. It's a very well-read tackle from Sangweni. And I think that's Imtanjani trying to make a steal there. Ooh, that's a big tackle. Arturo Peterson from EW for Yun. And it's added a forced knock-on. Very nice at EW for Yun. It's been very quiet today as for Yun. Hasn't had much to do. Sean Farrell says for the Lions to win the Currie Cup, they have to get a string of good results instead of the odd time. Yeah, look, it's consistency. That's the biggest issue for the Lions. They've got the players. I think it's just a bit too soon. I think in a year or two's time, when all these players are really functioning well, they've also just got so many players missing. I mean, if you get MJ Pulse, Jaco Creel, Willem Alberts, and Klabakanya, Gianni Lombard, Tian Swanepoel, Similani back, stuff like that. They've got a good squad. It's just a very young squad. Doesn't overlap with URC, so then the other times will be very understaffed. I don't think it does. I mean, it's a very, very hectic Currie Cup schedule. I'm trying to remember when the final is, but I don't, as far as I understand, it shouldn't overlap with the URC. That's why I've got a lot of midweek games to try and make sure it doesn't. So, Rugby, Currie Cup, I can tell you now when the final is. The final is scheduled for the 11th of September, so it won't overlap. It'll pretty much go from the Currie Cup straight into the URC from the sounds of it. A penalty conceded there from Benele Imtanjane from illegal scrummaging. Kwana said Sangweni and Vincent have really put in a shift today. Yeah, as I said, the Lions loose trio and Frankie Horn I think has been very good. I think those three are quite special. And I think when you think that you're still going to add MJ Pulsar, you've still got Jaco Creel, you've still got regular 8th man. Oh, what's his name now? It'll come to me. It's always been the biggest strength for the Lions, having a very good loose trio. But Sangweni looks like a real talent. 21. Speaking of another real talent, so we've got Ruan Stroud who's come on, but Emmanuel Tutuka is also on, Vince Tutuka's brother. I tell you, we could have two, as I said, I've been saying for a while, I think we could have both of the Hendrickses in the box squad, and we could also have two Tutukas. Vincent Tutuka's just gone off there for his brother. Ruan Stroud, son of Rudolph Stroud, is on the field as well. Clean line out win for Western Province. Oh, it's a fantastic run there from Evan Ruiz. It's a great angle. Ras Bakwana makes the tackle. They hold on. Dan Duplessis there following up. There's got to be a try. Oh, no, they butchered it. Good defense there. Western Province, they're 5 meters out. Evan Ruiz goes to Sunday. The Lions players are back, but the Western Province still have momentum, and they've dropped it backwards. They had an advantage. They go back for the penalty. Brilliant cover defense there from the Lions. But we're going to have a yellow card. Jakob Asaki's going to the bin. I think that's harsh. I mean, given the fact that they had all the opportunities to send somebody to the bin earlier, never did. I think he was slowing the ball down on the ground there was Jakob Asaki. So he's gone to the bin. Brilliant angle run here by Evan Ruiz. Didn't quite have the pace, and Ras McClanahan, to his credit, ran straight to him, managed to bring him down. It was a 50-50 pass. Eventually goes to Dan Duplessis. He was brought down. So Western Province will set up more off the back of the line out there. Jason Alexander, the man with the ball in hand at the back. Good. It's been brought down, so another penalty advantage here. So if we roll the dice, Abner van Reeden, Sergio Peterson sees out half gap. And it's a poor pass from him, so we'll go back for the penalty. I mean, the Western Province have been parked out in the 22 for most of the second half, and yet we've got another yellow card. This is what I'm saying, though. You've just given a yellow card for infringement like that, so I think that's harsh. You give 2 yellow cards back-to-back like that. You can't then go back and say earlier you had the same thing. You had a chance to give them a yellow card. You didn't, and now you've given 2 consecutively there. Well, down to 13 men are the Lions. I think that's harsh. I think that you had every right to give one earlier. You gave one to Jakob Asaki now. To have given one after 1 penalty, on the back there, you can't. I think that's harsh. So it's 15 versus 13 for pretty much the rest of the game. It's a massive mountain to climb, but having 13 players definitely helps. And it's not like it was a major infringement. He's coming from the side. So I think that's harsh. Right, so Sanguini has to make way so we can put on a hooker for a front rower. So the Lions down to 13 men. So can the Western Province stage an amazing 28-point comeback in 11 minutes against a 13-man Lions side? That's what we're going to find out here. Another reset here. I think this is a little bit of gamesmanship from the Lions, actually. Kind of just sort of standing out. They need to try and run this clock down. Right, so a big test here from the Lions. To go down to 13 men is a big ask. It's always a big ask. So scrum here, 8-man versus a 7-man scrum. I think it's a 6-man scrum, you know. So as you'd expect, a massive shove there. And it's a penalty. Penalty try. The Western Province hit back. 17 points there. There's always going to go one way with the numerical advantage there. Big moment in the game here for the Lions. 10 points to play. Two men in the sin bin. So, yeah, I mean, a big uphill battle here for the Lions. Time's off, so there's no point walking back to the halfway line. They're not doing anything there. Time's off for an injury. I think it's Frankie Horn is down. No, it's Dan Creel. Right, so the Lions kickoff here has to go really deep, and they've got to try and keep the Western Province out of their own half, because with a 2-man advantage, I'll tell you, anything's possible here. 10 minutes, a very nervy 10 minutes ahead for the Lions. They go very deep. Very nice chase up there, Evan Roos there by Manuel Stuka. And Raz Baklana. You go down the blind side. Oh dear, Ricky Pretorius is through. He's through the inside ball to Paul de Vet. He's going to go all the way. He is going to go all the way. And the Western Province hit over again. As I said, that bloody second yellow card is going to make all the freaking difference. And I'm still not convinced it was a yellow card. Third try of the match. Paul de Vet hits immediately back. Game on. It's so easy there from the West Province. Literally went down the blind side and there was nobody else there. But that's the problem with being down to 13 men. Very good kick there from Tim Sweel. 24-38. Game on. Normally said can't be giving away any penalties on your own line. Yeah, look, I get that, but what I don't understand is that There were for a stage, and then there was no yellow card whatsoever. We go back down. They come back 15 minutes later, and all of a sudden it's a yellow card immediately for what was supposed to be fresh from Yakavasaki, and the very next penalty was another yellow card, which I can understand if it's like a deliberate knockdown or something like that. But for something like bringing them all down, which is not a major discretion in terms of professional foul and stuff like that, to have been an immediate yellow card, I thought was a bit harsh. 15 versus 13 is always going to go one way. And the Stormers are Western Province. So again, brilliant tackle there. Australia has made a massive, massive intercept there. But the Western Province, it's no point. Right, so the Lions all the way back inside their own half. They need to keep this ball. They've got to keep this ball. 8 more minutes to go. It's so difficult to play with 30 men. What are you even supposed to do? Well, they're shaping up for the boss here. I'm not sure that's the right decision. You've got to keep ball in hand here. The last thing you want to do is let them counterattack towards you. There's going to be overlaps everywhere. Those were pieces and they're shifting off right. Why would you kick the ball to them? You've got to keep the ball in hand here. Yeah, Sebelos Anata's running riot here. Keep the ball in hand. Why would you kick the ball away? So much space out wide here. Rick's Pretorius. Western Province all on the front foot here. Evan Ruiz now. He's isolated. The LB for Ewan was over. Western Province still on the front foot though, yeah. Inside 22. They're looking to shift towards the right. Rick's Pretorius goes over the top. Yanda Tori's got a man outside. And he's gone over. Yeah, it's pointless though. It's literally pointless. Just blow the fucking game. You can't play 15 against 13. It's only going to go one way. It's not even a game anymore. That's the problem. It's not a game. If the Lions manage to hold on to this, huge credit. You can't play 15 on 13. It's ludicrous. And that's Morley Vandenberg. Why would you kick that ball away? Why would you kick the ball away? Every single time they've got the ball, they're going to find space. You've got a 2-man overlap, and yet you're inside your own half. Not like you're on your 5 meter. You're inside your own half. You kick the ball away from them. 2 minutes later, they've scored again. Poor game management. Yeah, he's gone off to the left, has Tim Sweel. Keep the ball in hand. It's Cornell Smith, by the way, who scored the try. He's just come off the bench. But this is farcical. It really is farcical. You cannot... 15 on 12, or 15 on 13 is going to end one way. Rizzalinga goes deep. Evan Lewis underneath him. This will need a colossal effort. There's 5 minutes left. A converted try will level the scores. And once again, Western Province going out wide. WC through the middle. As I said, it's pointless. It's literally pointless. He's still going out to the halfway line. And it's a penalty advantage there from Australia. They hack it ahead, so that'll go back for the penalty. It's only in one way. As I said, it's pointless. You cannot play 15 on 13. If the Western Province don't win this, they sure must be ashamed. It's so easy when you've got that 2-man advantage. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the 3-pointer here, the Western Province. So the Western Province is going to have 4 minutes to try and score a winning try here. Ruan Charlie, the man is penalised for not being... discipline, and game management. It comes down to decisions. I go back to that Morley Vandenberg kick over the top. That's what's killed them. Well, he nails it. He absolutely nails it. 32 points to 38. This is going to be a huge few minutes ahead. Stormers managed 15 versus 30 against the Bulls pretty well in the Rainbow Cup. Yeah, look, good point. But actually, I remember that was always it. Was it the Stormers or was it the Sharks? I remember that Jaden Henderson managing it very well against the Lions. Rick's Victorious now running literally 3.5 minutes. I can barely watch here. We've got 3 minutes left here. And this Lions defense, we've got people being taken off the ball there. Sergio Peterson. And they've knocked it forward. Thank goodness. And knocked it out. My goodness, this is getting ridiculous here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So much space on offer at the moment. Couple of subs here. Look, the Lions should get their men back. I think it's about a minute. Yakubasaki and Sangweni are on. Yeah, so Yakubasaki's back on the field. So at least they're back to having 14 men now. Right, here we go. 77 minutes. We've got 2 minutes left to play. 2 minutes left to play. It is the Lions putting at the scrum. A huge moment here. 2 minutes. Can they wind down 2 minutes? How has this become so close? Wayne van den Berg going himself. He's straight through Escobedo. Come on! Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. No need to rush here. Protect the ball, protect the ball. Minute and a half. Oh my goodness. Who did we do this against? Was it the Sharks we did? No, I'm pretty sure it was the Stormers. We did this again and then we lost the match because they got a penalty in the final minutes. The Lions just trying to run it down at the moment. They're picking up and driving. Minute and a half to go. Charlie, Western Province piling into these rucks to try and turn over. Manuel Tutuka this time. And a straight over penalty. Come on! Come on! Western Province a little bit over eager trying to win that penalty, and they've conceded it. That should be the ball game. That should be the ball game. Thank blooming goodness. Woo! What a blooming game. What a game. Bit of a panic attack here. Right, less than a minute to play. Fred Zalinger pumps the ball, finds touch. All the Lions need to do is win this and kick this out. Credit to the Western Province, they managed the game very well. But the problem is, and what I was saying is, not necessarily in every situation is 15 on 13 a giveaway. But if you look at the Lions' defense, it's never been their strong suit. So, without having those two players, it's a massive loss to the team. And there was just so many gaps. And Western Province, all they were doing was going out wide. Sergio Peterson was having an absolute field day with 13 men. The Lions are back to a full contingent, though. They've almost managed to throw the game away. And they've lost the ball. All you have to do is win that line and you've lost it. You idiots. They're going out wide. Seconds left on the clock. Big tackle there by EW for Yun. Western Province, 10 seconds. This is the last play of the game, basically. Long way to go, but the Lions have given them an opportunity here. Why? All you have to do is win the blooming line out. Here we go. Sanatla now. Just win the ball and yeah, this is the last play, the last play. Western Province still in their own half, but this is a huge moment for the Lions. They go out wide, they space out wide, especially he has to cut inside, and he does this. Cornel Smith. They're making yards. The Western Province. Johan de Toy goes up. Almost up at the halfway line. Tim Sweel goes out. Ricky Victorious looks to go wide. David Marais there. He gets wrapped up by Fred Zalinger and Cubido. Still in their own half for the Western Province. Dan Duplessis goes to Sazi Sunday. Gets wrapped up by Sangweni. He's had a brilliant game. Tim Sweel now trying to eject something in, but it's a big hit on him from Yakubasaki. Come on, man. Force a mistake. Force a mistake. They go over the top. They go over the top. It's Jason Alexander. They're still in their own half. Jan de Toy, does he hold on to it? He does. Still in their own half. Big defense here from the Lions. David Mayhazen. Awesome mistake. Oh, he's locked it. He's dropped it. Oh, he's dropped it. They're all dropping it. Not forward though, so it's still going. Turtle Peterson wrapped up. Jakob Asaki's all over that ball. Surely, come on! Come on! Oh my goodness, there it is. That's the ball game. Jakob Asaki, well, you've atoned for your sins, my man. First yellow card that sparked the comeback, and he's the man that wins the turnover. It will be final score, 38 points to 22. What an absolute bolter of a match. Horrible, horrible moments as a Lions fan for a long time, but what a fixture. I haven't watched a Currie Cup match like this in a long time. A brilliant first half by the Lions, coupled by a brilliant comeback from the Western Province after 2 yellow cards. But the Lions managing to stand firm, and that's a huge win. 38 points to 32. The Lions do take the victory. We can all calm down. We can all take a deep breath. It's a brilliant game of rugby. Fantastic stuff there. Well, yeah, credit to both sides because that really was a fantastic game. Thank you, everybody who's tuned in and for hanging out tonight. 2 very, very interesting games in the watch-alongs today. We will be live again on this weekend for some more watch-alongs, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash a like on the video as well. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, let's come on here and calm down. We'll do a bit of a review, and we'll be back tomorrow with some more. Well, we'll be back later tonight with some more content. We'll have both coaches' reactions as well. We'll have their press conferences up very soon. We'll get them up tonight as well, so make sure you can tune in for those. But keep well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you guys all very, very soon. Thank you very much.